Time for the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast. We hang out a little bit longer and love to hear from you.
During the show today, and 3 Things to Know, right after, Sam asked me an interesting question. One of the stories was that these almost brawls broke out, pandemonium broke out in Target stores across the country over the weekend when the Wicked Stanley Cups went on sale.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Oh, yeah. The pink one for Glinda the Good Witch, and then the green one for Elphaba, who became the Wicked Witch of the West. You know, Stanley Cups are already, if you're into Stanley Cups, you want them all. So to me, it's like, I don't know if these the fans, if they're fanatical about Wicked or they're fanatical about Stanley.
I have a feeling it's Stanley because remember, it already happened at Target once. Did they put out
Stanley
special
Cups.
red ones or pink ones
You're right.
a few months back? And there was like a mad rush.
You're right. When they came out with a new selection of colors that didn't exist before.
So it may be just, I want to collect all the Stanleys.
I'm happy with the one that Jodi gave me for my birthday, and that's good enough for me.
Do you know where it is?
Of course I do.
It's at home.
I'm picking on you. It's in the dishwasher.
It is, yeah. Well, that's because I used it the other day. See, I know where it is.
I put
those
it in
are
the dishwasher
safe?
I mean, it's a Stanley. It's fire safe.
I don't own a Stanley.
It's end of the world safe.
You put the plastic part on the top shelf, and the metal just whatever. It's
Anything.
fine. Yeah.
It can go to space.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we know those survive heat.
But you know the question that you asked me right after I did the story was very.
Has there anything like that make you go nutso that you had to have it, that you got to the store when it was on sale and you got into a fight or
got into a fight?
Well, has there ever been anything that I just had to get at the store that I would go like that? No, because apparently there were stories about people almost sort of fighting about it.
Yeah.
And then shoppers grabbing it out of other people's hands.
Yeah.
That happened in a couple of places.
I remember seeing the video from the last time, and it was like people were going in there and just like putting them all in their basket.
No,
getting them all.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
No. So I've never done anything like that, but there have been times when I felt like I almost could.
I do remember.
Almost could.
Okay, like Cabbage Patch. Remember that was one way back.
I was a kid for that, and I didn't get a Cabbage Patch Kid.
The Beanie Babies when they had those at McDonald's and.
Like they had that problem in the 90s with Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do remember Jodi looking for an Elmo one year.
I got it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to fight for it, though.
Yeah, you didn't fight for it.
Someone who was connected got it for me. And guess what?
His name is Big Bird.
No, and Taylor could have cared less. Remember that? I had a Tickle Me Elmo, and she was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, there are kids who want this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, the only time I've never had anything that I was just like, I had to have it and fished my way through a crowd to get it. The only thing that I ran into, and this wasn't going to be a fight, but man, was I bummed out and could not believe my eyes. Both of you remember this, when Jodi and I were in Pigeon Forge a couple of years ago, and I didn't have my hiking pole with me, and I wanted to go to Walmart to get one. They said they had one left in stock. On the app, and I could not wait. So we get down the road, 10 minutes down the road, and I'm walking to that section of the aisle, and lo and behold, in front of me is an 8-year-old kid who's holding the last pole in his hand.
Daddy.
Right, exactly.
I found it.
Take me hiking.
And for a minute, I thought about the, bribing or whatever. Wouldn't you rather have $40, and take the pole? But he bought it, and that was it. And I couldn't believe it was the last one they had. That's the closest I ever came to the FOMO thing of like,
And guess what? We didn't hike anyway.
No, we didn't. I didn't need the pole.
No, you didn't.
I know.
That's about
you. You could have told him there was a recall on, and he probably should put that back.
Yeah.
Can't take things from children.
But I mean, what are the odds of that? That's not like Black Friday at 6 a.m. where you're getting into something. That's
a thing of the past with online to me. I don't know. The Black Friday being at the door when the door's open and rushing in.
Yeah.
I've never done that, and I'm so grateful because I don't like getting physical with people that I don't know.
But it's like you don't have to anymore.
No.
Like you said, because everything's on. Because I was thinking about the only thing comes close to that for me was back in the day when you would have to sleep out for concert tickets.
Yeah.
Or I remember going to certain college bowl games that you had to sleep out for a ticket.
Yeah,
and it's like nowadays, it's like everything's online.
Everything's digital.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
I almost would. I mean, I do sort of get a little bit obsessed with certain things that if I'm searching for something online or I'm watching something and I've made a bid on something that I really, really want, I could see me getting a little obsessive about it, but online there's no one else involved but me.
If you lose, you lose. If you win, you
That's
win.
right. If I don't get the handbag, I don't get the handbag.
Yeah. But I guess there are still stores that will do in-store only promotions like that where you can't buy it online. Yeah. Hasn't Target done that? Is that what this Stanley thing
Target
is? You can only buy them in the store and not online?
Target is standing by this. This is their message from 3 Things to Know today.
Get a life, people.
Target's app and website still say you don't have to get into a brawl. These are available online still.
Oh, well, there you go.
If we go to Target.com right now, I'm willing to bet they're sold out. Because if you were in a Target on Sunday and you tried to get it and you couldn't get it and you left in a huff, you're logging on to try to get it if you really want it that badly. And look, shout out to there's no judgment. If you love Stanley Cups and you love collecting them, go for it.
Yeah.
Do you.
Look, sometimes it's
no judgment.
It's the thrill. Sometimes it's not just about what you're buying. Mm-hmm. It's probably the adrenaline rush you get of waiting in line and you can't wait to, you know what I'm saying?
I will say this though. I'm definitely a consumer but I realize if I shop for it, stalk it, add to cart or even I'm in a store and buying it, if I'm not using it, it's a waste. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't collect anything. That's why I don't take people's autographs. If I'm not using it, if it's not a bag, if I can't wear it, or pass it down to our kids, or if it's not a piece of art in our house or something, I don't need it. Yeah. I don't buy things just to have them and put it in a box. I can't do that. I'm not that person. Now, would you say you've been this way about your lightsabers ever, Sam?
Oh, no, I don't go nuts about lightsabers.
You have them.
Not in front of anybody.
No, those were just online or catalog purchases back then. It wasn't like this. There's only 5 of these made, and you got to try and beat everybody up to get to it.
Okay.
It is a little surprising in 2024, though, those things still happen, even with the adrenaline rush and all that potentially being a part of it. Just because it's not like we live in a world where another one's not going to be made.
Well, yeah.
Right.
And so for most things, I know some things are limited edition. Obviously, if it's an antique and something that was made 60 years ago, they're not making them anymore. That's a different thing altogether. But when you're talking about newly manufactured, right, exactly.
And there's going to be wicked merch everywhere.
And finding out, like you just said, that they were available online, it's like, then that's just fabricated. It's just like the toilet paper thing we had a few weeks ago, when the ports are going to close. Oh, quick, get some toilet paper.
Oh.
No, you don't have to buy toilet paper.
I didn't think about that. Is that what happened with these, though? They went viral on social then people got all wound up?
Yeah, it happened last time on Target, and now it's happening again. It's like, oh, they're back. Let's go again.
And we're saying that's people who are just into Stanley Cups. They may be into them because of the resale value. It may be that I'm going to spend $40 on this, and in a year from now, I'm going to sell it for $200. That's possible as well.
That's what they call FOMO right there, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, and I didn't even think about that part. I get the ads marketing. It's one thing for Target to put their own ads on social and say, hey, limited time, this is available. But it's another thing once it takes off and goes viral and friends get whipped into a frenzy over something like that. I didn't think about that, so I could see how.
Could
so
be
then,
an investment
then you're
tumbler.
arriving already kind of emotionally charged about it in the first place.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.